Crow Dog has always been at everything. You know, I really appreciate him. I've sundanced with him before over there at the Big Mountain, different places, and it's always good to see him. And he's always an inspiration. I tell people all over the country that Leonard Crow Dog is the main inspiration for the sweat lodge all over the United States, Canada, and Mexico. Let's give him a hand. That is a reality. I'm not just bragging about him because he's here, but that's a reality. I've told people all over that. And every person you meet that's running a sweat lodge somewhere, if you start asking them who they learned it from, it leads back to this man. That's a reality. And anyway, we do need everybody to be organizing, to make yourself aware of what the issues are. And one of the things we're talking about now a lot, the FBI keeps bringing up the thing, who shot the agents? Leonard's responsible for shooting the agents. All this stuff about who shot the agents. And who shot the agent is not even relevant to him being in prison. Has nothing to do with him being in prison. They want him in there as an example. 2 men who went on trial before him were acquitted by reason of self-defense. A jury that got to hear all of the information said after the trial was over, we would have freed you even if you got up here and said that you did the shooting, because of the level of terror that this FBI had caused on the reservation. They said we would have freed you anyway because of this terror. And so what they decided, because they heard all the information, that those deaths were justified, justifiable homicide. Leonard was not allowed to present the same information at his trial. This is a reality. He did not get to present the same information, and they lied at his trial, they manufactured evidence, and that was proven later in court. And yet he didn't get another trial. They even proved that the ballistics expert lied, said he had a shell casing, matched a gun. That didn't happen. That was a lie. And they still won't give him another trial. So a judge, the 8th Circuit Court of Appeal Judge Haney, said at one of the hearings, with the information that he heard, he said the FBI was equally responsible for the deaths and what took place on the reservation. Equally responsible. And he didn't even hear the whole case. But a jury that heard everything said the FBI was solely responsible. None of those people were responsible for those FBI men's deaths. And yet Leonard Peltier is still in prison. And the FBI has a strong organization. They're like a government-funded terrorist group. That's what they become, like a government-funded terrorist group. And Leonard wrote a letter prior to being transferred this last time. In it, he talked about what had happened and what had happened with the FBI, and you know, how they call us thugs when we fight back and stuff like that. And that's the same thing they called Crazy Horse, Sitting Bull, Geronimo, Captain Jack of the I can't remember the name of them anyway, the West Coast tribe, you know, Tecumseh, all of them. They called them savages because they fought back for their people. And so that's nothing new to us. He talked about all that stuff. And then that Joseph Trimbach, that was in charge of the FBI during that time period, he put out a letter saying that encouraging the FBI and others to attack Leonard in whatever way they could to keep him in prison, to keep Obama from freeing him. And so they transferred Leonard. Leonard also said in his letter, he says, I'm sure this letter won't bring me any favors. And he was right. They transferred him over to Canaan. As soon as he walked in, some guys surrounded him and beat him up. That's government-sponsored terrorism. You know, they say now that they're against terrorism, but for us, they haven't stopped it. It's still happening. You know, it happened to Leonard Peltier there, and it'll happen to us again on the streets and other places. And it'll happen again to Leonard if we don't do something about it. And that's why Leonard says, you know, he appreciates your statement for being here, because your being here sends out a strong message, and if you contact other people, we're going to make a difference. We're going to get Leonard Peltier free this year. If we have to change our tactics somewhat, we will do that. You know, we're not advocating violence, but obviously the stuff we've been doing hasn't been effective. And so if you want things to be different, you got to do them different. You know, and Obama getting elected is in its way kind of a peaceful revolution in this country. You know, and we hope that that revolution that they've brought about by electing him will pertain to us also. So we need to contact Obama, get other people to contact Obama, and we need to make a difference in this country so that Indian people don't go to prison just because they want us there.
Hi, I'm Carrie Ann, and I'm Leonard's niece and Betty Ann's niece, and I work with the committee in Fargo, as Auntie said, and we're constantly working to help Leonard get out. We talk to him; he's always in really good spirits. Even though he's in a cell, he's usually in pretty good spirits, and it's because of people like you that come and help him and support him and know that he shouldn't be where he's at. I really believe that this year he can get out with parole coming up. He's working hard on with his lawyers to get out, and if everybody could, you know, call President Obama, write him a letter, you know, to ask for to help with parole and clemency, anything to get Leonard out. He should get out. And also maybe even write letters to Turtle Mountain, because the Turtle Mountain Band of Chippewas has passed a resolution to take Leonard and let him stay there and live there. So maybe if people were to go on the website to whoisleonardpeltier.info, you could see there's a link to Turtle Mountain, and to write a letter of thanks for them passing the resolution, and to just let them know that you'll support them. So, but thank you everybody for coming and supporting Leonard. And it's sad that it's 33 years in the making. We hope that he gets out now. So, yeah, he'll get out this year. Auntie knows. She feels it.
One of the things about Leonard being in prison there is he represents us. You know, as long as he's in prison, we're in prison. As long as he's in chains, we're in chains. As long as his rights are denied, our rights are denied. And, you know, it's more than just a man, more than just supporting a man. You know, he's stood strong, he's done his part. You know, he's never wavered, you know, in speaking out for Indian people, for organizing for Indian people, even from his prison cell. He's never wavered. That's his statement. 33 years of a statement. That's a hell of a statement. You know, you're not going to beat that. There's no FBI agent can top that. I don't know anybody. You know, he signs his letters in the spirit of Crazy Horse. Crazy Horse gave his life quickly. You know, it went away real quick. You know, and it's a strong thing. It's a beautiful thing for someone who died for their people. That's a statement. But for a man to live for his people, that's even more difficult. To live for your people year after year in prison, you know, to stay strong, to speak out for your values, speak out for your people. You know, the FBI, in keeping Leonard Peltier in prison, they're not trying to keep Leonard Peltier in prison. They're trying to keep us in prison. They're trying to keep us in a prison of fear. A prison of fear that says, don't stand up to us, don't talk back, do whatever we say, or you get the same thing Leonard Peltier is getting right now. You know, and we need to send a statement to the FBI that they need to get out of it, stay out of it, and let Obama free Leonard Peltier.
Thanks for everybody showing up today. Hopefully everybody will be at the event tonight. There's a lot of new information about Leonard. We need to keep the internet moving. We need to get him to Turtle Mountain. The only thing he's ever been guilty of is being Indian and struggle for his people. This is 34 years for me. I was on Pine Ridge in '74 on June 25th and was gooned. And my struggle started a long time ago. And being white and Jewish and dealing with indigenous issues has been an interesting walk to be on myself. So tell somebody who Leonard Peltier is. Plant a seed in somebody's head. Get the kids to wake up. I mean, the age groups that I'm looking at right now, we need the young kids to be involved. We need the kids on the res to be involved. Whatever you can do. Even being here is a lot, and we appreciate that a lot. Thank you all for coming.